My dear students, Namaskar. You are most welcome in the very program Pasthwanu Panchamrit. I am R.S. Singh from the Bikapadia group of schools. As you know, Pasthwanu Panchamrit is organized by the Bikapadia group of schools and GSTV. This program is totally devoted for your good result, even great, just for your upliftment. Today, here in this program, I am going to discuss with you English subject, 12th standard, commerce. Today we are going to see in detail the paper scheme so that you can prepare well. Until unless you are not going to prepare well, you will not be able to get good marks. So it is very necessary, it is very essential to know the nature of paper scheme, to know the characteristics of questions, peculiarities of the questions, so that you can prepare properly. So dear students, be attentive, and just we are going to see the paper scheme in detail. Here, just you see commerce, 12th standard, your subject is English. Sometimes students forget to write code, that is 013. Always remember to write. And then your entire question paper is divided into 5 sections. Section A, B, C, and D, E. If you see section A, it carries 20 marks. If you see first question of section A, that is text extracts of detailed study. You have got a textbook. I would like to show you this one. It is called detailed study. This textbook is called detailed study. From here you would be asked, these text extracts would be of a few sentences, very small paragraph, and here would be question number 1 to 10. And each question carries 1 mark. In this way, this question carries 10 marks. Question number 1, text extracts. There are going to be 5 extracts. Each extract will carry 2 questions. You have to write answer in a complete way, complete sentence. Incomplete answer won't provide you mark. You won't be revived. You won't be able to reap even a single mark. So you have to write answer in a complete sentence. May answer will come 1 word, but you have to write complete sentence. You see the second one, short questions. It is going to be textual. As you know, in your detailed study, you have got 19 units. Out of 19 units, you would be asked this. From prose section, that is 11 and 12. There are 2 questions. Each question carries 2 marks. So it is going to be of 4 marks. Again comes short note, question number 3. You are going to be given 3 short notes, and you have to write any 2 of these 3 short notes. The number of these 2 short notes are 13 and 14. So there are 2 questions, 2 short notes, and each short note carries 3 marks. In this way, this question is going to be of 6 marks. Now keep in mind, if you are going to attempt section A, so you have to write all these 3 questions together. You cannot write question number 1, afterwards you can jump in another section. No, it is wrong. If you are going to start with section A, you have to attempt all these questions continuously. It would be better for you if you are going to take new pace for short notes. And what should be the length of short note? You are given clues, points. So with the help of those points, you are very able to remember, and at least you should write 1 page. Then you would be awarded 2.5 marks. That is going to be highest. Now let's see section B. It also carries 20 marks total. And in sequence, if you see, it is going to be 4th question, comprehension. Here is written ND. ND means non-detailed. Here I would like to show you which book is called non-detailed. This one is. The name of this book is Lapwing. It is non-detailed. From here, you would be given a paragraph, and there would be questions from that paragraph, and number of those questions would be 15 to 19. In this way, you are going to have 5 questions. Each question will carry 1 mark. Here again, you have to keep in mind that you have to write answers in a complete sentence. Incomplete answer won't reap your mark. You won't be awarded marks for that. Now question arises, comprehension. What are the basic funda? What is the basic rule? How to write correct answers? How to write these answers correctly within a very short span of time? So it would be better for you, you read the given paragraph. You read the very paragraph given to you one time, then read the question, and as soon as you are going to start the paragraph again, automatically the answer will occur in your mind. And you have to write 15 to 19 all these answers in sequence. Yes, here you may be asked meanings, synonyms, opposite of any particular word. Sometimes you would be given an incomplete sentence, statement, assertion, and you have to complete. After reading that paragraph, you would be able to understand and you can complete it very clearly. Next one again, comprehension. You see in the bracket, poem. Again, I would like to tell you, this poem would be from your textbook, detailed study. And here you will be given a stanza. It is not called paragraph. If it is going to be part of any poem, then it is called stanza, and here there would be questions 19 to 24. In this way, you are going to have 5 questions and will carry 5 marks. Comprehension word means comprehend until unless you are not going to understand. Comprehension is made from comprehend, to understand. So you have to read and then you have to write. Again you see question number 6, comprehension unseen. Unseen means it hasn't been seen by you. You are not aware of. You haven't read. It is very new for you. It is just to check how just strong you are in language. Nothing to worry. Go through the paragraph one time, again read the questions, and it would be better for you first read the question and then again read the paragraph. You are having the questions in your mind, and when you'll start reading the paragraph, just answer will click, will occur in your mind. Yes, the 4th line is going to be answer of this second question. Here I would like to tell you, as far as these comprehensions are concerned, it is not essential, it is not necessary that all the answers are going to come in sequence. Suppose that you are going to write answer of the very first question, the answer would be of the very first question at last of the paragraph. So you should be alert in this matter. As I told you, that's why it is called comprehension. You have to comprehend, you have to understand, and you have to find out correct answer and then. And here all these sections, 1, 2, 3, you are going to get full marks. If sentence is correct, answer is correct, complete answer, you would be awarded full marks. Summary. Again comes non-detail. Non-detail means your supplementary book. The name of supplementary book is Lapwing. Question number 30. One question is there. See, just focus over here. 4 plus 1, 5 marks. This summary question carries 5 marks. 1 mark is for title and 4 marks for précis writing, summary writing. Now question is, what is summary writing? You would be a little bit aware of it. Summary writing means you would be given a paragraph from your supplementary book. You have to read it and then you have to write summary of that paragraph, and the length should be not more than 1/3 of the paragraph. 1/3. This is the very first and foremost condition of summary writing, and while writing summary you have not to mention, you have not to write example, rules, regulations, universal truth, sayings, proverbs, if it is given. And you are not going to write just, you are not going to opine, you are not going to just put your opinion, you are not going to add your own ideas. Whatever given in the paragraph, you will read and you will minimize into 1/3 of the given paragraph. In other words, Just you can think that what is summary? Summary is a fruit of a tree. It is enough to understand. After seeing fruit, you are very able to recognize, you are very able to imagine about that particular tree. So it is very important, and sometimes what happens, students forget to write title. There is also a rule in the board. If you are not going to write the title, which carries 1 mark, you won't be awarded these 4 marks. So title writing is must. Now again question arises, how to write title? Title, first you have to write the very word title, T-I-T-L-E. T should be in capital. And then you will write the title. Title always starts with capital letter. Single inverted comma. It may be of 2, 3 words. One paragraph may have 2, 3, 4, 5 titles. So you should not worry about. As soon as just you start reading, the title will occur in your mind, will come in your mind, and write out in a proper way, and you would be awarded 1 mark for that. Now section A, section B completed. See, section A carries 20 marks, section B 20 marks. Now please see section C. It also carries 20 marks. Question number 8, letter writing. Here I would like to tell you, as per board, we are having official letters, complaint letters, request letter, inquiry letters. Here we don't have formal, means family letters like that. This one is question number 31, 1 question, and letter carries 7 marks. For this, you have to start from you have to write the very address, sender's address. Sometimes just in hurry you forget. Even sometimes you do mistake while writing date. You know how to write date. You are not going to just use /3/1/2014, not like that. You have to write in a proper way, and this letter, here length is not important. It's official letter. The very content, the very message going to be complaint letter or request letter or inquiry letter. The very gist should be of strong. Next question is report writing. Question number is 32. Question number, here is 1 question and it carries 5 marks. Report. What is report? Actually, report is just like conversation. You have witnessed, you have collected it, you have gathered information, and you are going to write about that incident. And after reading that report, any person will come to know the detail. That's why it is called report. Here, report, you have to write the very title, date, if required. It is not required every time. If it is required, you have to write date. While writing title, Independence Day celebration, don't forget to use capital letter. After writing report, essay writing, you would be given in a question paper 2 essays. You have to attempt 1. Question number is 33. 1 question carries 8 marks. Now, this scores just 8 marks. Highest, you see the entire paper scheme, 8 marks. Now you would be little bit thinking about which type of essay would be asked in the examination. So first, it would be better to prepare essays given in your textbook. There are so many essays, and usually board asks out of these. Sometimes both the essays are given from your textbook, sometimes 1 essay. Here I would like to tell you, suppose that you have prepared all the essays of your textbook and you are not getting any essay in your question paper. Nothing to worry. You see the very title. The essay would be of your just very much related with your previous knowledge. So easily you can attempt, easily you can write. Here you will be given clues, hints, And you're just using those hints, you have to write in sequence. You have to spend your ideas. Natural language must be used. Organic. No artificial language is required in essay writing. Now, please see section D. Section D carries 19 marks. Question number 11, information transfer. Here, we haven't got any certain idea of what would be the form of information transfer. Means you'd be given a table, a chart, a diagram, a graph, a portrait, scene, whatever, and you have to write 8 sentences about that data, information. Information transfer. You'll be given information, non-verbal form, and you have to write in verbal form. You have to write 8 sentences. You may write these 8 sentences continuously in a paragraph form, or you may write sentence number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 like that. Here, if you are going to write sentence in a very correct way, sentence is totally correct, then you will be awarded 1 mark for 1 sentence. A single error, a single mistake would harm you. So, try to make small sentences, correct sentences. And sentences must be related to the information given to you. Information transfer, question number 34, 1 question, 4 marks. Here easily you can get 4 marks. Here length of sentence is not important. Information conveyed properly, you would be given marks. See application writing. Application, just we can say an out question. Just you will be given address and post. Today you know, today you have prepared what would be the first paragraph, what would be the sequence of the points, what would be the last paragraph. Application writing, but as no doubt it's an out question, but this question is assessed very strictly. Here this 6 marks divided into 3 parts. Here in this question, while assessing in the board examination, you are awarded marks in 3 parts. Maybe 1, 4, 1, 2, 2, 2, like this. So a single error, a single mistake would be harmful for you. You would lose marks. So while writing application, just do a lot of practice. See the time. How much time do you take? Here in this question, easily you can get 5 marks. Editing of a passage, paragraph. You doing a paragraph, it would have 10 blanks. Each blank would be given 2 options or 3 options. You have to choose, you have to select one, select the very correct one, you have to edit in that paragraph, and you have to rewrite the paragraph. Here may be spelling error, maybe article, maybe pronouns, maybe of tenses, whatever, maybe of capital or small letter. Just you read and write. Now question arises how to write this editing, because there are 10 blanks. So it would be favorable for you, just if you are going to write the very answer, just you leave 1 line gap between 2 lines. And whatever just you are going to edit must be underlined. Must be underlined. And just you should be very alert, because you are going to edit, so you should be very careful about your handwriting. Suppose that it is going to be in or on, and handwriting is good. If examiner is confused, you have written the very correct answer in, but it's not very much clear, then you would not be awarded marks for that. So you should be very alert. Here in this, there are going to be 10 questions, 10 blanks, and it carries 5 marks. Editing, not necessary that it would be given only 2 options. Sometimes only one word is given. Sometimes underline, you get it corrected. You correct it and rewrite the paragraph. Now please see indirect speech. You are very much familiar with this. Indirect speech, it carries 4 marks and there is one question number is 46. For that you have to know all type of sentences, maybe assertive, interrogative, optative, imperative, exclamatory or whatever. Here you are given 3-4 dialogues and you have to write into indirect speech. Now please see section E. It carries 21 marks. Forms of verbs. Question number 47 to 51. There are 5 blanks, 5 questions, 5 marks would be awarded for it. You have to write answers, you have to underline answers. Completion of sentences, it is 52 to 57. There are 6 questions, marks 6. Again, combining sentences, another word is synthesis. Question number 58, one question, it carries 3 marks. Idioms and phrases would be textual question only. Textual. Idioms, 50, 61. 3 idioms would be asked and 3 marks would be awarded. Here changes may be done. Last one is word forms. 62, 65. 4 blanks would be there and you would be awarded 4 marks for that. Maybe noun, adjective, verb, adverb and antonyms. In this way you have been given just 65 questions and 100 marks. I think now the very entire position of this paper scheme is very much clear to you and now just you start preparation. Only planning, preparation would be helpful for you. Keep watching Pasthavanu Pancham. Good luck. Namaskar.